Hey guys, this is Meadows from Awaken Realms. Today I will show you a tutorial we made for Sipkey Bits on how to paint new Imperial Knight, and I hope you like it. Sipkey Bits is a great source of everything connected with Warhammer 40k and Fantasy Battle, with over 3000 articles on gaming, painting, converting, and basically anything hobby related. And they have a blog, YouTube channel, and also a store with discounted miniatures, used models, and of course tons of bits, so make sure to check them out. I'll start with airbrushing Warplock Bronze. I'm using this kind of hard, large brush. I apply paint to brush and dry it on a piece of paper until it hardly leaves any marks. When it's dry enough, I just brush over the miniature until it doesn't make any marks at all, and then I apply paint again to the brush, dry it, and dry brush again. I'll dry brush like that almost the whole miniature. I will try to avoid flat panels on legs, shoulders, and the top of miniature, but I don't have to worry about being too precise because I'll paint those panels black again with my airbrush later, after the whole miniature is dry brushed. This is a very simple step. I just try not to cover everything. Is basically dry brushing. You still want to have some black parts shining below the bronze. This is how miniature looks like after the first step of dry brush. I'll be using now Brass Scorpion. Same technique, just this time I'll try to make my brush a little bit drier, cover smaller areas, just mostly working on the edges. Again, I don't want to cover all the work I did in the previous step. I still want to see both black and Warplock from below. So this is how it looks after the second step. I just dry brush over the parts I have dry brushed earlier to create some highlights. And I'll be now using Runefang Steel. It's a final dry brushing step for these metallics. Again, I'll try to cover even smaller areas, just working mostly on the edges. This is how it looks after the third step. As you can see, I have dry brush over the black panels, but I will repair it now with Abaddon Black and my airbrush. I will also use black and my airbrush to create a little shadows on metallics. I'll be now airbrushing panels with Rhinoxide. And of course I try to avoid painting over any metallic parts that are already more or less finished. So this is how it looks after the Rhinoxide base. I'll be using now Screaming Skull to highlight the panels. Try to be precise about it. I don't want to cover metallics that are already finished. So this is how it looks after um, Screaming Skull is finished. I'll be using now again Rhinox Hide to redo the shadows on panels. It also brings back the brown to the palette, because after covering it with Screaming Skull it looked kind of greyish, so this is also a nice step to add some color to it. I'll be now washing panels with Irex Earthshade. I'm using this kind of flat brush. I'll also wash the metallic parts surrounding the panels, and later other metallic parts as well. When you're washing flat surfaces with your brush, you have to make sure that you do it fast, because if it dries on the middle of the panel, it will just leave some funny marks like a line or dots. So basically you want to make it wet and brush it quickly before it dries. Also, you don't want the wash to accumulate on the bottom, because it will also dry fine. So you should remember about those things. Same with panels. I usually, when I paint something like that, I try to find the place where I can finish my line. In this case, this little recess. So I paint to this recess until when I finish these two panels, I'll move to the right. So again, it will not dry in the middle of the panel. As you can see, this wash adds a lot of color to the panel and a little bit of shine. It is now shining because it's wet. When it dries, it will not be this shiny, but I'll later apply varnish to the miniature and you'll bring back the shine. You can always quickly repair mistakes like that with your finger. If you just brush paint over a part you don't want to paint at the moment, you can just quickly rub it with your finger to remove the paint and come back to that power later. It's always better to use wet brush or Q-tip, but if you don't have any nearby, you can always use your finger. As earlier mentioned, I will also paint metallics with Airbrush Airshade Wash. I'll be now doing freehand. You can use your brush and black paint, but I sometimes use black marker. It's just a little faster than brushing with paint. First I do basic shapes and then try to make some other patterns. I'll be now doing highlights with white and my brush. You want these to look like cracks in the armor, so I'm just painting thin white lines under the cracks. This is a long and boring step, but it adds depth to those black holes. I'll be now using Caliban green and my airbrush, and I'll be painting a little dots inside the cracks. Now mud green, again dots in the cracks, this time smaller. As you can see, I'm using the other hand to stabilize the airbrush. It allows for more precision painting. And now flash gets yellow. As you can see, I have repainted shield because I think I overdone the cracks on it earlier. The other hand, as mentioned earlier, just adds stability to the airbrush. I'll be now using again flash gets yellow and making with my brush a little dots inside these bigger dots. Supposed to be the source of the lighting. I'll be using black mixed with water. It's like 2 parts water, 1 part black paint to paint the surfaces in the plates. I'll be also painting those around the metallic parts, panels, and these little flat holes. I have also done a lot of edge highlights on the panels with Screaming Skull. These edge highlights, together with black lines I've painted earlier, add a lot of depth to the miniature that was previously airbrushed. It's a very simple concept, I'm sure you're familiar with. I have already started airbrushing with Evil Sun Scarlet. I will paint it over most of the vents and radiators on the miniature. And this little window as well. As you can see, I have painted those parts as well. And I'll paint radiators on the back. I really like object source lighting on miniatures. It's a quick effect and adds a lot of life to miniature. I'll be using now Troll Slayer Orange, and we'll be highlighting all the parts I did in red step before. and flash gets yellow. Each next step I'll try to cover, of course, smaller areas. I'll be now using Runefang steel to do edge highlighting all metallics. Um, I'll be doing those mostly on the top of the miniature and on panels. Yes, I will edge highlight those parts, these panels, and those metallic parts on the top of the miniature. I'll be now using flash gets yellow and doing edge highlights on the heat effects. Last step, I'll now apply Citadel art coat with my airbrush to the whole miniature. It will seal the colors, protect them, and give it a nice shine. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. As always, all questions and comments more than welcome. For more tutorials, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and for more painting miniatures, you can check our Facebook page. We accept painting commissions from single miniatures to whole armies, and for more information, you can visit our webpage at awakenrealms.com. See you